When we hear social justice, we all have a rough idea about what we are talking about, but what does it actually mean? It can go from having a society in which each individual matters to being seen as a fundamental principle for the peaceful and prosperous convivence with the mission to promote dignity and development, equating all men with regard to the rights of humanity, up to granting equal access to wealth, opportunities, and privileges within society. The truth is, all of these definitions have a level of accuracy and may be seen in several movements in the quest for social justice. For instance, in 1949, Simone de Beauvoir wrote the book The Second Sex, in which she explained how hard it was for women to succeed and exposed all the obstacles and unjust situations women face in their life. This oeuvre eventually led to the first wave of the feminist movement that began reaching popularity in 1968. Moreover, in 1969, the Stonewall riots took place as a protest to the harassment and police mistreatment towards the LGBTQIQ+ community. A police raid in a gay bar was the trigger of these riots, which led to the formation of the Gay Liberation Front, becoming the first formal organization that would do something about the situation this community was facing. Stonewall represents an incredible change for the LGBTQIQ+ community, since everything that this unleashed would end in the creation of rights, opportunities, acceptance, and empathy towards this group. Furthermore, the National Black Political Convention, or the Gary Convention, was created in 1972 to reunite Black people from all communities and social levels in order to discuss how to achieve a more balanced and just society. Even though it wasn't a formal political party, it led to the creation of inclusive political models and created a new spirit of hope, unity, and self-determination towards the community's reality. However, in order to truly understand what social justice is all about, we must first review diverse views on social justice throughout history.
Long time ago, Socrates, one of the greatest philosophers of all time, said justice is the art of kings, the first and most beautiful art, a necessary element in society. He stated justice is dictated by the law, and everyone must follow it, no matter how bothersome it may be. He said that not only justice is one of the greatest virtues, but that its counterpart, injustice, must be condemned as one of the worst of evils. According to him, justice was acting and thinking so as to produce and maintain harmony and balance in one's soul. It involves choosing the right and fair means between extremes. Later on, in 1866, Henry David Thoreau created his activist manifesto, Civil Disobedience. There, he explained that social justice is a matter that concerns a community but starts from within the individuals that constitute it. He thought the obligation of an individual is to have criteria independence, and the only way to be a good citizen is to have an authentic, ethical code and acting according to it, regardless of the law or what society says. According to him, social justice depends on everyone adopting this behavior.
And finally, with a more contemporary overview, philosopher Carol Gilligan shared her ethics of care, whose aim is that those particularly vulnerable to one's choices and their outcomes deserve extra consideration to be measured according to their vulnerability to one's choices, in order to have a balanced moral code to act upon. In theory, this would eventually lead to a society that, rather than focusing on what is simply just, would focus on how to respond to its individuals accordingly. In the end, social justice is a topic that can be assessed as a political matter, as well as an ethical debate. Although it is our responsibility to form it from within ourselves, the benefits of social justice go even further than our senses allow us to perceive. For me, it is necessary to thank all people in history who have fought for minorities and taught us we must not surrender before injustice. We do not owe oppressors any comfort, and it is our duty to stand up for what we believe in. Likewise, we are to strive for a better understanding of others' struggles. It is mandatory for us to develop our sensibility and stop ignoring the existence of a reality different from ours.
I think that we are really far from achieving a just society, and that the best way to get closer to it is by fighting the problems social justice has been trying to eliminate. This can get closer to be solved if we live with respect towards the differences of others, and also if we always act and fight for what is just, even if the consequences are negative ones, just like Henry Thoreau did. In the future, I would love to see not only the people, but also institutions working in the creation of solutions to achieve what social justice has been trying to get all along, a fair and better world.
Inasmuch as just hearing the story of times when social justice has been put in the spotlight may give us something to look forward to, it is unacceptable to ignore the fact that this isn't always the case. There is still much more to fight for, but perhaps listening to what Socrates, Henry Thoreau, Carol Gilligan, and many others whose name has been erased over time had to say about our common goal may make this quest somewhat easier.